Hey, Cristo. Yeah, I just want to say that fundamentally, this government have got it all wrong. I think they're mainly a bunch of upper middle class liberal weaklings, and I think they're completely out of touch with the bulk of the electorate. I think most people out there
Could
on
you
the
have
ground.
expected anything else from Boris Johnson? Privileged, Eton educated, never had to work for anything in his life, lied to get himself into Downing Street. I mean, did anyone expect anything else when they voted for him?
Well, it's not so much him, but I think the Conservative Party as a whole need to take a step back and look at who they are, because I would say that most of the electorate are right of centre. I would say most people on the ground, the top three topics we actually care about are the economy, law and order, and immigration. And those three policies are currently in tatters. And all we've heard about for the past year and a half is COVID-19 and green issues that no one ever wanted or asked for. I don't know one Conservative or anyone right of centre that gives a damn about green issues, yet they're shoving it down my
Well,
throat
look,
on a daily basis.
I think you're making a good point in as much as that. See, I don't mind green issues being on the agenda because they are important, and it's the role of government to solve problems. Where I think you have a really good point about where the Conservative Party is at the moment is that when you have an ideology, if you look at, again, leaders like Thatcher, where she was very much about the role of the state being reduced and giving people individual freedoms, giving people empowering them to make the good decisions for themselves. When you have that framework, that ideology, well, then the solving of any problem comes from that. So therefore, if there is then a problem when it comes to climate change, well, fine, you look at solving that problem within the framework of giving people the freedom and empowering them to make the decisions that are going to solve that problem. And
for me, Cristo, it's more fundamental than that.
Okay,
The problem with the current Conservative Party is they're not conservative enough. And the reality is if most of the country are right of centre, we've almost got no one else to vote for apart from this current Conservative government. So,
but what I've just described are Conservative values.
They're not at all. They're not right wing enough, Cristo. They're too sort of centrist and too liberal for us on the ground. And I'll tell you what, the real danger is this. If the traditional party and Reclaim and some of these smaller parties got together and created almost the real Conservative Party, right? If we had someone else right of centre to vote for that believed in most of the people's values on the ground, the current Conservative Party would be gone. They'd be gone.
I agree that what we have now is not an ideological Conservative Party. What I described is exactly what I think you want, and that is the kind of Conservative Party that, as I said, solves problems by empowering people to do the best for themselves. They don't raise taxes to penalise you. They lower taxes to make your life easier. They lower taxes on the things that are supposed to be better decisions. They don't nanny you into trying to do things that they want. They empower you to do things that they want you to do. And that, to me, is the role of government. That, to me, is ideological conservatism. And you're right. What we have now is not that. What we have now is actually, I think that they're almost going left of centre in some of the ways in which they see solving problems.
I just want tough government, Chris. I want the biggest gang in London to be the Met Police. I want zero tolerance of crimes. I want everyone crossing the channel immediately taken straight back to France. I want this economy booming again. Those three issues, the economy, immigration and law and order, will be his downfall. If he doesn't pull his finger out of where, he'll end up, if we have someone else to vote for, he'll be gone. Because we see him for what he is.
And what is that?
We know he's not one of us. We know he's not a real right-of-centre Conservative. His wife...
He was a Remainer. I'm sorry to say, he was a Remainer. He duped everyone. I could play you clip after clip of him defending the EU up until the referendum in his entire political career, when he was running for London Mayor, when he was asked directly, about the EU. Now, I'm not saying that as some sort of point scoring exercise because I voted Remain. I'm saying it because that is his ideological stance. That's what he has always, if anything, if you can say he believes in anything, he's believed in. But he duped people. I
don't think he did. I think when you're London Mayor, you have to sing from a script. You have to say the right things. I think we all do that in life. But I think fundamentally, this current Conservative Party really isn't representative of the people that voted them in. And I think that's going to become a problem because Yeah, if the more, I mean, you could talk about green issues till you're green in the face, and also talk about COVID-19. Well, that's all we've heard for a year and a half, but in reality, they're about 100th on a list of problems. You know, I want the streets to be safe. I want to stop this invasion from the third world into our country. I want our economy booming again so we can all make money and do well and pay off this debt. Those three issues are what I care about. I don't actually, and most of us are the same. When I go down the pub, no one ever says to me, Dan, do you know what we need in the local town? We need some sort of green solution. No one ever says that to me.
I get it, Danny. I get it. And I think that you speak for a lot of people. And actually, I hope you feel like you've had your say, because Karen has sent me a tweet saying, let Danny speak. He's one of Talk Radio's best callers. He's better than you.